When it did start to become apparent that we were in pandemic, our concerns were for patient safety, for staff safety, knowing that potentially a lot of the patients would not want to come into hospital, particularly from an outpatient perspective. So appointments were changed, and then the development and the rapid increase of virtual clinics and the telephone clinic opportunities became something that we could then focus on.
We brought people in who were urgently needed to be seen into outpatients for face-to-face appointments, and also we tried to increase our provision around both telephone clinics but also a new service development for us, which was video clinics. And those video clinics provide the patients with the opportunity to video conference in, see a consultant, have a discussion with them face-to-face, and prevents them from the need to come into hospital, having excess travel and being at risk when they come into the department or into a hospital setting.
Feedback so far is actually quite positive. So families have found it quite useful to be able to have a face-to-face conversation, but virtually find it quite useful that they didn't have to leave the house. They find it useful now, but I get the sense that also in the future, when the lockdown restrictions are eased, that they would still quite like to be able to have a consultation without always having to travel to hospital.
Grace, how has this been for you this morning?
It's been easier because I'm already at my house, so it makes the whole thing more comfortable.
Okay, so should we ask Mum, how's this been for you?
I think it's been really easy. I'm sat in my house instead of parking at the hospital, getting to the appointment on time, all of that sort of stuff. Especially as she's got a broken foot at the minute. As far as sort of the whole COVID situation goes, it's much nicer to not have to go and put yourself in harm's way. Even though obviously there's all sorts of precautions, it's nicer to be at home. And I think really, certainly for the kids, this is how they communicate anyway.
Maybe some families don't have all the access to computers and the technology. So we need to have this as part of a range of options to see patients. So for some it works, and for others we need to have the traditional face-to-face appointments.
81% of patients had saved up to 2 hours of time in relation to travel and parking, etc. So from a patient perspective, it sounds very positive.
We've been offering 800 appointments a month virtually, which has helped us greatly with our response to the pandemic, and also we'll be moving forward into our service provision around outpatients in the future.